Hello, hello, hello. Join me live, join me live, live, live. Join me live, live, live. Let's live, let's live, let's live.
Keeping the front door open to let the cool breeze in.
Hello, hello, hello. Join my live, join my live. Let's live, let's live, let's live. Join my live, live, live. Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. Sorry, 1 second, 1 second. Join me live, join me live, join me live, live, join me live. Join me live, you guys. Let's live, let's live, let's live. Join me live, join me live, join me live. It's been a while. I want to come live this morning. So let's live here. Let's live, let's live, let's live. Share the live, you guys. Share the live, let's share the live. Let's share the live. Let's share the live, let's share the live, let's share the live, okay? Let's share the live so we can have livers. We can have livers here. Share the live. Kaito Skater, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Bilal, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Kofi, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Gloria, greetings to you too. Victor, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Happy weekend to you too. Share the live. Amy, how you doing? Thank you for coming. You guys, thank you guys for coming. You guys, I'm so glad that you guys made it to this live. Let's live, let's live, let's live. Share the live. Sashi, how you doing? Good morning. How you doing? It's good afternoon my time. It's 12:43 p.m. 43 minutes afternoon. So share the live. Today the live is gonna live because today usually I don't talk about things that I want to talk about today. So share the live. JK, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. Coffee, please back up. Thank you for coming. Good to know that you're fine, Kaitos. I'm glad that you're doing okay. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Share the live, share the live. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Let's share the live. Gloria, greetings to you too, darling. How you doing? Mira, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. Subash, thank you for coming. Gupta. Yes, I've not been coming live. This is my first live in 2026. First live in 2026, you guys. First live. My open year live, yes. My new year live. Nice live. Thank you. Chris, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. Share the live, share the live. Good morning, good morning. Share the live, you guys. Good afternoon, Sheku Kaba. How you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. You have my last name. Yay! My brother is here, or my son is here. I don't know who you are, but I know we have the same last name. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, Andy, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you for 500 stars. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this live is live and now my spirit is coming back. Thank you for 500 stars. Oh, Lord. Good God. Thank you. I appreciate. Wow, whoa, whoa. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Yes. Share the live, share the live. Pin me. I can't pin during my lives. I don't know what's going on. I can't just pin. Share the live, share the live, share the live, you guys. Let's live. I want to see more people come. Share the live. Mer de cour. I don't speak French. I'm sorry. Mer de cure. I'm gonna Google search that. Google translates. Google Translate, so know what you said. Priya, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Finda Mary, it's been long, long time. How you doing, darling? Thank you for coming. Share the live, like the live. Like the live. Like the live, like the live, like the live, like the live. Share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live. Today my topic is about Sierra Leone. You know, topics. Thank you so much, Andy, for another 500 stars. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my world. This New Year's live. Oh my gosh. My first live in the New Year is going so good. This is the best live since I started going live. Oh my gosh. I've never gotten this much of stars. People, I'm so grateful, Andy. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh my world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Share the live. Share the live. Let's 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 stay live. Follow you, mom. Thank you so much. If this is your first time here, please go follow the page. Don't miss out. Now I can come live every day. If this is what I'm gonna get, if this is what I'm gonna get every single live, catch me on live. I'm gonna be live like if you want me to come 3, 4 times. The incentive is what makes the work. But if you don't get the incentive like that, it is hard. I'm telling you, it is hard because I have to go drag. I have to go do other things. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you're here, say hello so I will know you're here. I'll give you a shout out because you deserve the best and you are awesome. You are beautiful. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Thank you. Nice to meet you too, darling. You're beautiful, sister. I'm in Sierra Leone. Thank you, Saran Kabba. Saran Kabba, I'm from Sierra Leone too. So today my topic is about Sierra Leone because I've seen so many things going on, so many, confusion going on about, House of Stars and other things. House of Stars in particular is what I want to touch base on. Usually I don't talk things. I don't want to interfere in people's affair, but this is concerning all Sierra Leonean. This is concerning all youth, So we are here to build this wall of love, to build this wall of self-empowerment. So I can't let that just slide like that. I have to give my own thoughts about everything. People that are helping, people that are participating, people that are coming together to support, they all need to know some other stuff. We have people have talked, people have given their own opinion. So it is time for me to do mine too. So today is one of those days that I chose because I've been wanting to do this long time, but I'm like, I don't have time. I don't have time. I can't make time. But today I'm like, I have to make this time to come here and say something pertinent to me because I know empowerment is all that I'm vying for. Empowerment is all that I want to see, especially in young people, young boys, young girls, young men, young women. I want to see that. And things like this, it's not gonna pass me. Yes, House of Stars. Yes, Juliana Zion, how you doing? Thank you for coming, darling. Yes, Honest, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Salon concern. I'm telling you, I wanted to get this live in Creole, but my other followers are here. My other supporters are here, so it is okay for me to do it in English a little bit, maybe and then change over as time goes, as they are lesson, okay? Because this is so important. Power, empowerment, sorry. Empowerment is so good. Empowerment is so great. And one thing we should realize, we should do it the right way. As long as we are not taking advantage of anyone, as long as we're not stepping on other people's toes. So that's something that every country need, especially developing country like Sierra Leone. Our salon boss have arrived. Una wako salon the boss don't come. Okay. House of Stars. Yes. So Let's the discussion start. Hey, Dorcas, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. Yes. Das, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. This live is living. Hey, this live is living. This live is living. So let's talk. First of all, I want to start with the basics, the basics that comes into contract, comes into legal effect, those kind of things. Let's start from there. It's a contract, now an agreement between two people, right? That's good. That we all know, an agreement between two people. But there are different kinds. People or organizations like House of Stars, it cannot be an agreement between, when they say agreements between two people, probably they come into terms like, okay, I agree to do this. Yeah, I agree to do this, but it is kind of unilateral, because this is an organization as a business, trying to bring something for the people. And also, these are the participants that are wanting to compete for a goal, that are wanting to compete for a prize. So they cannot come and sit down on the table and say, oh, okay, you said you're going to give us a house. Okay, well, I want my house to be like this. I want my house to have this gate. I want my house to have this cooker, this stove, this light. You can't do that, right? You get what you get. That's called unilateral. You agree to what House of Stars said. I'm going to give you a house. It can be one flat, it can be double flat, it can be three, it can be one, it can be something, just something. So for that reason, the contract between the participant and House of Star is a unilateral contract. I'm a business person in the US. I have my business, I have my contract that people sign when they come into my space. This is my policies. You call in 3 times in a week, I'll give you a warning. You call in 4 times in a week, I will let you go. Your contract is terminated. They have to sign that. That's not what they want, right? But they have to sign that. So on their side, the contract is unilateral. It's not mutual. It is one-sided, because it is my opinion and it is what I want in my program. Okay, if you leave the job, if you leave my job without giving me 2 weeks of notice, in that case, I'm going to retain your 2 last week of pay, because I have to be calling people like independent contractors that will come in and fill in that position whilst you are gone. So for that reason, give me 2 weeks of notice, fine, we separate, good. Clean deal, signed, sealed, and delivered. That's what it is. So with House of Stars, I believe it's the same thing. Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate. So with House of Stars, I believe it's the same thing. House of Stars is a business, and participants are the employees. Let me call them the employees. So they come in, they sign this contract. Okay, I have what it takes to win this prize. Okay, you will get interviewed, and you come into the program, and they will accept you based on what you said, right? Okay, so now the only thing that is missing in this contract is the fact that the contract did not stipulate that, okay, you're gonna win a car and you're gonna win a house. Okay, if this car is going to be handed over to you after a year, because that's what I heard, and that's what I took from all the talk, out there. So this car is going to be handed over to you in 1 year. You have to sign that. That has to be written. That has to be explicitly written into the terms of the contract. Agreed? Or if you don't want that, you want the car to be given on to you, like papers handed over to you, like immediately after you win the show, then you will back out. People who wants that, okay, I don't mind getting the car full fledged for myself in 1 year, I will still participate. People who wants that will come in. People who don't want that will not come in, right? So that has to be explicitly stated into the contract, and it has to be an addendum to maybe not an addendum, the body of the contract. It has to be in there. It has to state, winning of the house, winning of the car, this is what you get, and this is the contract underneath that. Okay, if you win the house, if you win the car in 1 year, we'll save the documents of the car with us for a year, because this is something that they don't feel like they want to hand this over to you just like that. No, they want it to be yours. They want you to benefit, to enjoy this place. They don't want to give it to you just for giving sake. They want you to enjoy, drive the car, fix the car if there is problem. They want to see how best, they want to see how best you can handle this car. There are so many kinds of those things in America. In America, there is this program called Habitat for Humanity. You guys can go Google search, go look it up and everything. Go listen, go watch, go read. Habitat of Humanity is a humanitarian program. They build houses for low-income people. But they build this house for you. They are not going to use all their manpower to build it. You have to use your manpower. They call it sweat equity. Is that how it's called? Sweat equity. That's how it's called. They call it sweat equity. You have to put in your time, your hours, your blood hours, like your sweat. Build that house with them. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, another star. Zen. How you doing, Zen? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh my world. Stars. Today is the star day. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So Habitat of Humanity, that's a program that I looked into when I newly arrived in the US. When you arrive, you're like jumping all over the place, trying to see what will fit you or what you will do to help yourself. So Habitat for Humanity, that's one program that I look into. Good evening, Francis. How you doing? So I looked into that program. You have to give 300 hours into building your own house. And this house, when the house is finished, they are not going to hand the paperwork to you. No, they are not going to do that. You have to stay in the house for 10 good years before you can even sell the house. America, we don't pay for house. We don't finish paying for any house. Okay, I'm in this house. I've been in this house for 16 years. So it will come to a time probably when I'm at that level, I want to look for another place, another property that how they say it, my dream house. I'll be trying to look for my dream house. So in that process, I won't finish paying for this house. I will sell this house and take my equity that I've gained in this house and move on to my new place. So that's how we do things in America. So that house, the Habitat for Humanity will build for you with your own sweat blood, with majority of your own sweat blood, because you will be there, your family will be there, your kids will be there, your friends will be there, your church goers, your mosque goers, everybody will come in and put in their sweat hours. Some people will come and put on shit rocks. Some people will come in and put on the floors, but they are there to help too. They are there to walk with you. They are there to, do things with you. They are not going to leave you guys like that. They will be helping the builder. There will be builders helping too. So that's something that they will do. The house is for Kabba. Yeah, that's something that they will do, So You have done all that. You've put in your sweat equity. You've put in your time. You've put in your hours. You've some, and you get the house finally. That house doesn't belong to you still. That house doesn't belong to you. Minimum, you have to live in that house for 10 years before that house will be yours. And if you want to do anything, you cannot do any modification to the house. You cannot change the windows because I don't like the windows. You cannot until after that 10 years. You cannot change the doors, or you cannot change anything in out exterior. You can't touch because it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the company, it belongs to the organization that does it for you, that did it for you. And after 10 years, you're allowed, if you want to have a better home, okay, you want to have your dream home. Let me know, they are all good home. Sorry to say a better home. You after 10 years, you're allowed, if you want to get your dream home, if you want to get your, things, the things that you really wanted, if you want to do that, then after 10 years, you're free to go and go get those houses that you really wanted. And that 10 years, whatever equity, and you're not only living in that house you're not living, they're not giving you that house to be yours, and you have to pay equity, a mortgage on that house. They're not only giving you the house, they will give you the house, you build the house with them, and at the end of the day, you will get the house, and then you move into the house. You're not allowed to do business in the house. You're not allowed to sell the house until after 10 years. You're not allowed to do any modification to the exterior of the building until after 10 years. Then after 10 years, if you want to sell the house, you want to do modification of the house, then you can go ahead and do that. And meanwhile, during that 10 years period, you will be paying mortgage. The mortgage will be minimal, because it's a program thing. The mortgage is smaller than other people, than regular mortgages, but at the same time, you are still paying mortgage. That's something you should know. You still paying mortgage, you still put your sweat hours. You're not supposed to do business in the house, and you're not supposed to sell the house, and you're not supposed to do any modification to the exterior. Those are classes that I took. I took those classes. I went for the training and everything. I was just waiting to be approved with my crews. We are ready to put in their sweat hours and everything. But at the end of the day, I did not pursue because I started chasing other dreams at the time. So those are 5 things that you don't have to joke with. So I'm so bothered because House of Star, as a big organization trying to empower young people in our nation, did not stipulate those terms in their contract. Those are valid terms and they should be abide by. Those are wonderful terms, because the thing is, you want to empower someone. You want to make home ownership available to young people, which is good. That's really great, because making young people becoming homeowners, do you know what that means? That's awesome. I'm so impressed by what they are doing. I am so impressed. I'm you know what? I'm talking on a mutual ground here. I'm talking on a neutral ground, not a mutual ground, on a neutral ground. Okay? I'm not talking in favor of House of Stars. I'm not talking in favor of contestants. I'm just talking what is neutral for me. What House of Stars could have done, at least to make people aware that, okay, in 1 year, you will have title to the car. In 10 years, you have title to the home. So people will be like they will have clear understanding. Take that contract to any attorney or to any lawyer. Do you think business people will just build a house for you and just hand over the title of the home to you just like that? No, it's not happening. That cannot happen, because the intention of home ownership will be altered right there. The intention of you becoming a homeowner will be altered, because at the end of the day, okay, some of the contestants are living in the US, some of them are living overseas. At the end of the day, what will they do? They will sell the house. Or at the end of the day, what will they do? They will not even live in the house. So those are things that people should be taken into consideration, because home ownership back home is a big deal, but home ownership in the US, probably You have to get good credits and stuff. But home ownership back home is money. Home ownership in the US is money as well, but it's not like upfront money, you know. We do mortgages here. We don't pay for homes like that. But home ownership back home, it's like you have to put in your physical cash. Do you think an organization would just do that and then at the end of the day just back out like that and you do whatever you want to the home? It's not happening. With my understanding and living overseas and living in the US, though that should be discouraged on all level, on all standard. That should be discouraged. Everybody should know that home ownership is a blessing. Home ownership is a thing that everybody is vying for, and not everybody will achieve in their lifetime. Back home, America, it's kind of losing here because people, as long as you have good credits, you have income coming, home ownership is like, is not that hard in this part of the world, you know. But in Africa, home ownership is really, really, and the intention of this program is to make young people, is to make the youth become homeowners, just like what America is trying to do. Just what America is doing, they are trying to implement those things in Africa. So those are, and I have this other organization called Community Development Corporation. This is another organization that I look into when I newly came, just for home ownership, to satisfy that quench of home ownership in me. So that organization as well has their own contract written explicitly, like expressly in their contract, that you can't do business in the house. You cannot sell the house. You can't do any modification to the exterior of the building until the building become yours, until title is transferred, because no building is ours in this country. Even if you, well, some people do pay off their homes, but seldomly, yeah, people do that, but I will not do that. I don't, that's not my plan to pay off any home, you know. So you can do, those are all things that are written explicitly, and that program too, they don't help you to buy they help you with down payment assistance for you to get the home. They don't buy the home for you outright. They don't build the home for you outright. They help you with down payment assistance. Let's say you qualify for $10,000 and they give you that $10,000, and they have all this contract that you need to sign for that $10,000. You can't sell the house, you can't do business in the house, you can't change, you know, just because they don't want things to. It's a band. How you doing? Happy weekend to you too. uh Kishan, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Super live. Thank you. So those are things that I believe, House of Stars, your next program is coming up soon. If you want to give them a house, state it clearly that there is nothing wrong with that. For them to live in the house for 10 years before title will be transferred to them. That's perfect. That's good, and that's understandable. They went into the show to win the house. The house can only become theirs after 10 years. That's perfect. If any contestants want to go with that, fine. If they don't want to go with that, they will exit the show and give chance to other people to come in. Those are information that needs to be conveyed to the contestants before even the show start. Those are information that they need to sign for before they are even accepted into the house. So home ownership, going into the show thinking that I wish I have some connections to talk to the House of Stars people, because certain things, they have to be like really, really, notifying people, notifying the managers, notifying the supporters, notifying the contestants themselves, that you can win the house, but the house can only become yours after 10 years. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Why do we have to be like, oh yes, oh we supported her, oh yes, that money is ours? Do you know how much money a business person will put into a business for them to get a reward? Do you know how much money goes in the making? It is hard, I'm telling you. As a person, as an entrepreneur, as a person that has some idea, it is hard. It takes about 3 to 4 years for you to see return coming on your business. So as far as House of Stars is concerned, that program is a business. and it's a business that will reward the investors and the contestants. So for me, they are doing a good job, and for the contestants, they are doing a good job. Let's just, as long as they are not taking advantage. What I am against, if they are taking out advantage of these young ladies, these young men, just because they want to empower them, that's totally wrong. That's not done. That's sin. That's in the eyes of God, that's sin. In the eyes of men, that's sin. That's something we shouldn't participate in. That's something we shouldn't encourage. But if they are doing this willingly, and if they are doing this with all due respect to their dignity and to their respect and to their knowledge, just to dignify, to give some dignity to these young people and to give some respect to their names and to their family, it's okay. It's okay. That's very okay. Giving you the house after 10 years of living in the house. In America, you cannot even leave the house and go rent somewhere else, or leave the house or go live somewhere else. You can't do that. Yes, in the US you cannot do that, because that means the essence of you becoming a homeowner is not there. Yeah, they believe that you are going to become a homeowner and participate. And thank you so much for the first appearance. I appreciate this. Thank you. So it's going to be altered. So for that reason, the family has to live in the house for 10 years. Kids can grow up and move out, but that head of household, that parent, that dad or mom and dad that signed that paperwork, they have to live there for 10 years. Divorce can happen fine. One parent can leave, one parent will leave, and one parent will stay. The parents that was the real signer, because most of the time one parent is the signer and the other parent is the co-signer, right? So the parent that is the real signer will stay in the house, or the parent that have the rights for the kids will stay in the house, and the other parent that doesn't have only visitation rights will move out. So that's how things should be operating in the that's how things operate in the US. So in Africa, they should have some kind of rules. They should have some kind of rules in this whole thing. The essence of the whole thing is to empower young ladies and young men. So if that empowerment is not coming the way it is coming, they should restructure their contracts. They should restructure their contracts and bring more openness and more awareness and more, how to call it, accountability to the whole show. They have to bring some kind of accountability, because you cannot just build a house for someone and hand the keys. You can hand the keys to them, but you cannot hand the title to the property to them just like that. They have to show. In America, they call it, let me see, yeah, they are building self-reliance and affordable home ownership. So if the essence of self-reliance and affordable home ownership is not there, then what's the purpose of the show? What's the purpose of the show? I'm not against holding title for 10 years. I'm in support of that. And by right, by fact, by right, the winners have to live in the house. They have to live in the house. Thank you. Have a blessed Saturday to you too, foster parents. Yes, they have to live in the house. They cannot just take the house and then don't live in there. What's the essence of you becoming a homeowner if you don't need the home? you know we should look into things. You don't just because, oh, this is my person, this is my own person, this is my dad, I can just go in and support, and start saying things. Well, it's good to do that, but at the same time, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm not here to say things to anyone that will bother. I'm just talking things legally. I'm just giving my own legal advice, my own legal take on the whole show. I'm just giving my. Some of the times I watch things, especially on Facebook. I can watch the program here and there, but I'm not too much into it, because life is life, right? I'm not hating It's just that I don't have the time, the real time to do it, like participate more or like engage more. I don't have too many times, too much of time in my hands. So that's the reason why I said I have to come here and say something, and that's what I have to say. So uh, 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 House of Stars, you should know, starting from now, that the essence of you doing this is to empower young people, young youth and young people to become self-reliant and get and become homeowners, because affordability is not there, because they don't pay. When they get the house, is your house. That's the good thing about Africa. When you build your house is yours. When you have a house, the house is yours. You don't pay anything. Yeah, they have to know that. Good evening, Agnes. Yeah, how you doing? They have to know that. They have to know that this is a contract. It's not like you, okay, my supporters pay that money. The supporters pay that money because the House of Stars organized that show, right? Without that show, the supporters will not be there. They can support you. They can support you in their own ways, in their own private ways. But for them to be public and for it to go like this is because something called House of Stars was in place. So, well, for my own parts, for me, that's what I have to say. And I actually jotted some things down which I've touched on. The contracts between House of Stars and their participants is unilateral contract. They either agree or back out. And also, House of Stars, please make sure in the future you explicitly express those terms, those conditions. Thank you so much for the stars. Oh no, how you doing? Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you. So it is good to express in your contract that the star prize is a house and a vehicle. This vehicle, the title to the vehicle will come to you after 1 year. And they are not responsible to fix your vehicle. You're winning a vehicle. It can be anything. Make sure it's a good one for them to drive, at least for a good number of years, so they don't have issues. It doesn't have to be brand new. It can be anything. A vehicle is there, drivable, with long longevity, and also another star prize is the house. The house is there and it's for winners, but for you to get the title to this house, you have to live in the house for 10 years. And you don't only take the house and don't live in there, you have to live in the house. Live in the house for 10 years before the house will become yours. Kids will grow up and move out, but you, the contestant that signed this contract, you have to live in that house for 10 years, or let's say 5 years, because of Africa things. Let's say 5 years. That's understandable. You have to live there for 5 years or 10 years, 5 to 10 years, before the legal papers to the house will be forwarded to you. That's understandable. So if that is taken care of, I believe both parties will be happy, because I've seen parties that are not happy. Both parties at this point are not happy. The House of Stars are saying things, the participants are saying things, the winners are saying things. But this will all, thank you so much for the stars. Oh my gosh, no again. This live is living. This live is living. Yes, this live is living. Oh my gosh, this live is the best live. This live is the best live. This live is the best live, I'm telling you. So I don't know how they're gonna make it up with the winner that is now very, very happy right now. But I believe something can be done. Maybe they can modify the contract, and they can make an addendum to the contract. Okay, this was the plan. I don't know why it was not in the contract, but we can bring it on now. Okay, since this has happened, and for clarity's sake or for peace sake, we can make make it 2 years, we can make it 3 years before ownership can be fully transferred, or we can make it 5 years before ownership can be fully transferred. A contract can be modified, a contract can be, adjusted just to fit two people. At this point, it's not unilateral anymore for them. At this point, it has to be bilateral, like both parties has to agree on something. But both parties have to know that they have to like adjust themselves. They cannot just like, oh, I'm here and I can't go down. Oh, I'm here and I can't go down. No, that will not make things work. They have to like adjust things on their side. Thank you so much, Nob. I appreciate you. They have to adjust things on their side so that way they can come into a very mutual agreement. Because if House of Stars is saying that, oh, okay, my contract is, you have to have the house for 10 years before ownership can move to you. Okay, House of Star can go down. Okay, because of this problem, because it has become public business, public domain. You see, we are all talking and we're all running our mouth in this thing because it's public domain, right? Before we didn't know because it wasn't there. So that it's public domain. We're all here to say, give our own take on everything. So House of Stars will say, okay, for that reason, I'll go down to 3 years, or I'll go down to 2 years, or I'll go down to 4 years or 5 years, whatever suits them. That's their thing. And the winners, the winner that is not happy, because I know the other winner is happy, but the other winner is not happy, and the other winner to the winner that is not happy will bring on her terms, and say, okay, well, because everything is public, everything is in the public, okay, I'll agree to do it for 2 years or 3 years, but I don't know how everything went, because in America, if they build your house, the house to be livable. The house has to be livable, because America, you don't just build a house. You build the house with the city contractors, the city that the house is in. You build that house with the engineers at the city, because you can hire your guys to build the house, but the city, you have to apply for permits, for building permits to build that house. The city has to come to approve that permit, to look at the location, because when I was working on my basement, just imagine the basement was unfinished when we moved into this house. So when we were finishing the basement, we applied for permits, give them our plans, the plan that's going to happen down there. Okay, 2 bedroom and a very large living room and a bathroom. You take that plan to them, they'll come out and look at the space and see if this space is conducive, if this place is good to get what you want in there. And they will release the permit. If it's okay, they will say, okay, yes, you can go ahead. When they put the walls, not the outside wall, the outside wall is already on there, but if they put the walls in there, like the sheet rocks, they put it in there. No, they put the woods first, right? They put the woods. The city will come. You have to make appointments for the city to come to see if that wall, if that wood, because America, if the wood, the houses here are all Bordeaux, they're all wood. So that's the thing. The city will come. The city engineers will come out. You give them appointment. They will come out and see if the nails if the nails are enough in each and every wood. If the wood is placed in the right place. So everything is transparent, everything is out there. So the builder will not say, oh, I did it right, when he doesn't do right. No, because the engineers, the city engineers, every city in America have their own engineers in the engineering departments, that surveillance, that look into things like this. So they will come out when they will see, okay, this, you have to put more nails here, you have to put more wood here. They will tell in front of you, the homeowner and the builder, all of you will be there, and they will come out and they will state everything that is missing. And if the builder did not put those things in, they will not pass them from that first step. They have to do that before they pass that first step. When they do that, You have to wait again for them to approve the move on to the second step. Can you imagine? So no Yuki Yuki is not here. Yuki Yuki is not happening here. And when the second step is done, they put on the sheetrock or whatever. I don't remember the steps any longer because I was the one doing all those appointments and stuff. They will come out again and check to see if things are done the right way, and you moved on to the second level. That's how things are done here. So I believe House of Stars is a good thing. It is doing a good thing by bringing home ownership to these young people, but the contract should be explicitly expressed in these areas that have brought so much confusion between the company and the participants. So throw some light on there. Build the house with, okay, they build the maybe build the house before the winners are winning, with good engineers. So that way, after the show, they can come in and inspect, bring their own people and inspect the house before they can move into the house. Inspect the house for safety, inspect the house for livability, inspect the house for structure. They will do all those inspections before they can fully move into the house, and make sure when they move into the house, they live in the house, they reside in the house. They have to live there because that's their home. And the reason for them winning the house is because home ownership is paramount for the show. So that's my take on the whole thing. And also, because if they live in that house and things break in that house, they're not going to call you. Yes, if they inspect the house before moving into the house, they're not going to call you because structurally it was good. The ceiling is good, the structure is good, so things will break in the house. It's called wear and tear, right? The faucets will break. There will be some kind of leak because of some bathroom is not it didn't function well, but it wasn't there when you move into the house. But that will happen. That's called wear and tear. One few months ago, my bathroom upstairs was leaking in my kitchen area, so I have to call people to come fix it. Yeah, but I can't go back to the lender. I said, oh, the home that I bought is not this, is not that. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. We have to be like, we've lived in the diaspora for so long, and so many things that we didn't know we've learned. And for us to be like, taking things that we learned back home to our country, you have to be like, you have to be in a space to decipher, you know this is okay or this is not okay. That's things that we should be. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's something we should be, reasonable and, you know just cooperate with things, because things that we do, fighting, going up and down, or involving attorneys, and all those things, it's okay. But at the end of the day, it has to be discussed. At the end of the day, there should be some mutual grounds that everybody will stand on. And House of Stars are not going to take all the burden just like that. No, they are business people. They cannot do that. The winners cannot take all the burden. No, they won the show. So at this point, there should be some mutual ground that they should all operate on, and not just, hard and fast, like, oh yes, this has to happen. It cannot be that way. It won't be that way. It has to be mutually discussed and agreed moving forward. And also, please, House of Stars, you're doing a great job. Of please make your contract strong. Make it strong. It's not just the show, it's not just the emotional torture, because going in that house alone is like emotionally disturbing, can be emotionally disturbing for some people. I'm not saying everybody, but for me, person like me, I can't do that. I can't do those shows. But again, I'm not young. I'm not young anymore to be participating in those kind of things, right? Yeah. So my take on the whole thing, there should be some mutual understanding, and there should not be like hard and fast things anymore, because the program was missing vital aspects. The contract was missing a vital aspect of the whole show, and also the signers has picked that up, and it's legitimate on their own side, but at the same time it can be a burden for the host of the program. So we should just understand that yes, things like this, we should just be lenient with each other and then move forward. So this home ownership can be, wide and broad enough to bring more people in. So probably, you don't know, in the future they'll say, okay, two winners, they will have homes, things like that. We shouldn't be too strong or too strong in our space. We should loosen up a little bit. House of Stars is doing a good job. Participants, contestants, winners are all doing a good job, but there should be some mutual understanding. Yeah, there should be some mutual understanding. And if you have lived overseas, you know the rules of home ownership in overseas, and there are programs that are building homes. You know the rules of programs that are building homes for people, people in the low income bracket. They don't just hand the homes to them. It's like they're handing you the home. It doesn't work that way. There has to be some contract. There has to be some information that is conveyed to you, so you understand that, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And also those people, those companies that I say help with down payment assistance, you live in their homes, you get their homes. Yeah, you live in their homes, you get their homes. You're not supposed to do business in their homes. You're not supposed to sell the homes, just for down payments assistance, just for like $10,000 or $15,000 that you are qualified for. Just for that, you're not supposed to sell the house. You're not supposed to change, modify anything on the house. If you do that, if you leave the house, let's say, if they're, because I didn't look into them the keenly, because I was just looking around. But when I came across this thing, I'm like, why are they so like saying, oh, he has to give the papers, he has to do this? It's not like that. I've never seen that in anywhere in the world. Even in the US, it doesn't happen that way. Even in the US, it doesn't happen that way. There has to be a contract that you sign that things will be legally moved moved to you after a stipulated time, time frame, not like instant, you know. So where was I? I forgot my thoughts. Good evening, Yusuf. How you doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, so that's my take on the whole show. For now, things are messy. Please bring it back to normal. There's nothing you can't do under the sun. Everything is doable, everything is changeable, but change it in a way that it doesn't affect any of the parties. It doesn't you know bring the reputation of the whole thing down, the reputation of the whole show, the whole program. This is a good thing for all Sierra Leoneans, and this is a good thing for all youth that are aspiring to go into this. Maybe my son will go in someday, who knows? I'm trying to convince him to go. you know so I'm like, let me say something, and just bring my own side of the story. But the contract between House of Stars and its participants is a unilateral contract. House of Stars has to set, print, express everything they are expecting from the participants. They have to agree or not agree. If they don't agree, they are not part of the show. They have to agree to be part of the show. Okay? And also, House of Stars has to expressly and clearly state in their next contract that home ownership is part of the goal, part of the plan, but title to the homes can only be given out after 10 years of living in the house. That's fair enough, and that's great. Car, okay, can ownership of the car can be moved to you after a year of driving the car. Yes, that's perfect. That's okay. It doesn't have to be, like It doesn't have to be like brand new car. It doesn't have to be like broken car. It has to be a car that can drive for at least, wear and tear, taking wear and tear in consideration, taking depreciation in consideration, at least 5 years. Yes, in good condition for at least 5 years. That's very understandable. And also, uh, there should be a clause that also states that whatever happens in the house should not come outside. Because I had people that say, no, there was gross things, out of stars. If you cannot keep these kids in a decent environment, in a clean and full of water supply and light electricity, I think those are things that you should look into before you put these young people into this place. Otherwise, it's so depressing living in those kind of situation. The things that I heard, it's gross. It's not good. So make sure you are working on things before you start. I know finances, especially when you have 30 people living in one location, in one house, it can be hard as time goes, and you're paying them daily on a daily basis too. So I know you're doing your best, but make it better in the future. But the winners should also be reasonable with the whole thing. They have to sign non-disclosure clause. Things that happen there should not go anywhere. If you hear it's anywhere, then it's theirs. It's them. It's their problem. Thank you so much for this time. It's their problem. They said it. So things like that. For me, the contract is the biggest, the largest of the whole show. Yeah, the largest of the whole show. You're doing a good job. I'm not gonna lie. Not many people can do that. Yeah, empowering people like that, giving them houses, giving them cars, it's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. Big deal. So, and people living there for 30 days, for 12 weeks, it's hard on themselves. Their mental states, it's hard for them to go through all that. So you guys should come into a better time in a better way, instead of doing all these things out there, instead of coming out there and saying things. You should do things in a way that this relationship will be lasting, everlasting impact. So when you create an impact on someone, it has to be everlasting, in a good way, not in a bad way. In a good way, it has to be everlasting. So that's something I've been listening to. Some lives I can even join. I can even join people on their lives when they are talking about things like this. But I don't want to go in there and intrude. I don't want to intrude on people's privacy or people's discussion because I'm not invited. Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, I don't think what they are saying is right. Sometimes I'll say, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But sometimes I don't agree with everything. But this is my own page. This is my own stage. I can do anything I want. I can say anything that I want to say. Who wants to join in? Somebody sent this. If you want to join in, come in. Did I miss the invite? Okay. Yeah. Exactly. I'm late. Late. Ivina, come. Late. We there. We there still. We there still. Hello, sister. Hello. How you doing? So, well, with that being said, I believe I can end the live for now, for today, and everything. If you have any comments, put it down. If I have to address it, I can. But if I don't have to address it, I can. Thank you for the parents. I appreciate that. Greetings from my end. Greetings to you too, Ivina. Yeah, I'm glad. So if I needed to address anything, any comments, bring it on. I can address it to the best of my ability and knowledge. if just make it, I don't want offensive comments. I don't want offensive. If you want to bring discussion, I like discussion, constructive discussions. Yeah, thank you so much. Love and regard to your family too. Hi, Johnson Jack, how you doing? Why are you laughing? Yes, for real though. I don't want offensive comments. The comment has to be constructive. If you want to set up a debate, if you want to set up a discussion line, I'm willing, I'm ready to do that. But we can discuss, we can agree to disagree, But or agree to disagree, or disagree to agree, or any on whatever level, but we have to discuss. We don't have to like you know greetings from here, ma. Thank you. Where are you from, my dear? So, well, I'm gonna end the live, and you did justice to the conversation. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that wonderful feedback. Have a great and blessed weekend. Thank you. You too. Before I go, I'm going to end the live for now. And so you guys can go to bed and sleep tight. And, have your own time. Mira, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Shia, thank you, my darling. Thank you for sharing. So I'm gonna let you go, but before I go, you guys know what's coming, right? I am here to stay, and you are here to stay, and we are in this together. And we move, we move, we move, we move, we move. We move, we move, we move. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Yusuf Abdul Latif. You want to join in? Okay. We move, we move, we move, we move, we move. I'm from USA, Nigeria. Johnson Jack, thank you. Thank you for coming. Did you follow the page yet? Please go follow the page and come back and let's discuss. Thank you for your support to us. You are welcome, Foster. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. You are so welcome from India. Thank you so much. Namaste, my Indian people. Namaste. See you for all the good reasons. I'm telling you, for all the good reasons. See you for life. I love my followers. I love my livers. Love. Love, love, love. Okay, I have to go now, okay? Bye-bye. Love you. Thank you. I will see you guys again, okay?